Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are just going to do a little get ready with me, and yeah, so grab your coffee, grab your water, don't forget to hydrate, maybe even grab some snacks, and let's get ready together. All right, so today's a Sunday and I am not really in a rush because I do wake up really early, but I do work today, so it's not like a day off. So I do have an exciting video to film on my day off, so stay tuned for that. But for today's video, I thought we'd just keep it chill. Guys, I am so thirsty today. All right, so for primer, I thought I'd break this bad boy out. It is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer. It's a 12-hour makeup grip. So this is like a dupe for the Milk Makeup Grip Primer. It's like literally the same. So we are going to use this today because I do want my makeup to basically last all day. I'm going to be at work. I'm going to be wearing a mask. So I'm just going to, and it's like a green, like it's hard to tell now. It literally looks like snot. It looks gross. Put this all over my face. That way our makeup lasts. It also like plumps and moisturizes your skin. So like your skin will feel so like smooth, like not smooth as in texture, but just like, I don't know, like it's weird. It's a good primer. It really is, guys. So for my base, I'm just going to use the Tinted Hydrator from Wet n Wild. Guys, I love this moisturizer. It's kind of been my go-to all month long. I freaking love it. So if you can get your shade in it, I know they don't have many shades. They need to expand on the shades. Like that's an issue. But if you can get your shade in this, I would definitely get it. It is a little bit more fuller coverage than a normal tinted moisturizer. It's not like a foundation, but it's not super sheer. So sometimes sheer tinted moisturizers, you can kind of get away with not finding your exact shade. But this does have a little bit of coverage. So Wet n Wild does need to get their butt on the ball because it's 2021. And if you're going to come out with a bomb-ass product, you need to be mindful of everybody else. Okay. So usually I will blend this in with my fingers. Tinted moisturizers, BB cream, CC creams, I usually just use my hands and my fingers and just rub it in like a lotion basically. But I'm using a sponge today because I did use that grip primer. I don't know, like rubbing it in on top of a sticky primer was going to be like the best decision. I thought, let me just use a sponge. So this is the Total Face Elf sponge. I love this sponge so much. Guys, if you hear my cat crying in the background, I swear he's fine. He's just very dramatic in the mornings. He wants breakfast and I'm like, dude, it's not time for breakfast. Like, it's not even time to be up yet. And like, I get up at 4:30 in the morning. That way I'm awake before my daughter and I can work out, I can film, I can meditate, I can stretch. Like, I get up really early and it's something I've been doing for like the past maybe week. And yeah, it's been definitely super beneficial to my life. So right off the bat, I'm noticing that using a sponge, I'm getting a little bit less coverage than I would if I was using my hands. Obviously, my fingers are not absorbing most of the product. This is. So just know if you want a more of a sheer coverage, just use a sponge. I'm going to take a little bit with my finger and just kind of go over those blemishes, scars. And yeah, like this isn't full coverage because it is a tinted moisturizer, but it is more full of coverage, so I know it's capable of doing the job, you know. And now that I got that first base down, it's easier for me to just use my fingers and blend over it. Oh, my back hurts, guys. Like, I swear, having a baby really messes up your body. Like, I need to do like some more back exercises and like strengthening, because if I'm like carrying something like heavy for too long or standing for too long, my back hurts. So I'm going to try out a new concealer today. This one is from LA Colors. Now I do like a lot of things from LA Colors, but this is like their Ultimate Cover Concealer. So it's not brand spanking new, but it is newer. Like they just came out with this like not so long ago. So I got it and haven't even tried it out yet. I actually had it for a while now. And this one's in the shade Wheat. It just has like a big doe foot applicator. So you do get like a lot of product in one shot. So I'm just gonna put this. It feels very smooth and creamy. So hopefully it's a good concealer. I've been loving the new concealer from Wet n Wild as well. I really wanted to use that one today, but I also wanted to try this one. So I was like, why not? Okay. Oh wow. So it definitely has coverage. Like the coverage is there. I do not know how it's gonna wear. So that's all the blending I'm going to do because I don't want to overblend. I have a habit sometimes of overblending the concealer and then the concealer doesn't look right or it's starting to lift, and that's usually because you're overblending. So I'm going to quickly set my face. I'm going to use the Photo Focus Translucent Powder from Wet n Wild. I used this in my other video for that when I was testing out all the new Wet n Wild makeup, and I kind of like fell back in love with it. I haven't been using it for a while, so I love this powder and you get so much. So I'm just going to dip my sponge. And I'm kind of just focusing it heavier like in my T-zone where I would normally get oily and where I really just don't like want it breaking up on me. Then I just have some on a brush. This is actually a highlight brush, but it's so light and like feathery that it doesn't pack on the product. So if I want a light powder day and I really don't want to set my face a whole lot, I will just use this brush. All right, next I am just going to add quickly some bronzer. So I really been loving the Revlon Skinlights bronzer. So I've been focusing a lot on just using like one product when it comes to like products like these, like bronzers and stuff, just to kind of use it up. But I will go ahead and use like dip into other bronzers as well so I don't get super bored with my makeup. But it helps when you love a product so much. So for a while, I was loving the bronzer from Believe Beauty, which I still do, and I would love to repurchase it, but I do want to get through the other bronzers. So as you can see, I have a nice dip in this bronzer, which makes me so proud. And so I like this bronzer because it just gives you a like beautiful, like bronzy, but like a sheen, you know, like it's not like glowy, like highlighty or shimmery. It just gives you this beautiful sheen on the face that just kind of makes you look healthy and hydrated, and I love it so much. All right, so for blush, I picked up this new blush yesterday and it is from Wet n Wild. It is like the theme love, and I think it's like their Valentine's Day like collection. There was a few things in this collection, but I just grabbed the blush just because I liked the color. So this one's in Mellow Wine. So I don't think the actual color or formula is new. I think it's just the packaging, but I am probably getting rid of like two, and I think it's the only two I have, Wet n Wild blushes that I do have, not because I don't like the formula or like the color. It's more of because it's just too shimmery, like glitter, like it has chunks of like gold glitter in the blush, and I don't like those types of blushes, and I was trying to use them and trying to love them the way other people do, and it's just not my cup of tea. But this one, I picked it up because you can see there's no shimmer, no glitter. It's like a matte blush, and I'm like, yes, finally. So there was like another shade, I forgot what shade it was. It was really nice, but again, it had the glitter, and I was like, no. And I mean, how could I resist the packaging? Like, it's super cute. All right, so I'm just gonna take a blush brush. I'm just gonna rub the back of my hand to make sure there's no like product on it. And I'm just going to dip in here, kind of get it started, because sometimes when you open up a new blush, it takes a while to pick up that pigment. Now watch, I pick up too much. This is a stipple brush though, so I feel like you kind of can. It's so pretty. You can kind of get a little heavy-handed and it won't pick up as much product as picking up a normal blush, but that's really, really pretty. I love it, guys. When it comes to powder blushes, I've been into more of a matte blush. I do like a baked blush, like that gives you a little bit of a sheen. I do like those types of blushes too. I'm just getting out of the whole like shimmery, highlighty, glittery blush. That is just no longer my cup of tea. I feel like I have too much texture and too much like acne scarring to be wearing those types of blushes. So, and I put a lot on my nose. Oh my god. We're gonna like try to calm that down a bit. If you see these blushes, definitely pick them up. This one was, I think, $3 and change at Five Below. So this is where I got this blush at. I do not know where else at the moment where they are selling them, but I was at Five Below yesterday and I picked that one up. For highlighter, again, Wet n Wild. I'm not trying to use 1,000 things from Wet n Wild, but I've just been into their makeup again. So I'm just going to take a highlighting brush, and this brush is from Wet n Wild as well. Guys, look at that wet glow. I honestly think it's like stress, because I have been going through a lot of stress lately. But this eye, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's been twitching for like the past couple of days. Like, it's been a couple of days now. Hasn't even been like a day or two. Like, it's been a couple of days, and like you can see it twitching like on the top of my eyelid. I can feel it more than what you could see it, but still, like, I don't know like what to do. I've been trying to meditate and just not stress, but I honestly don't know what to do. And sometimes it even feels like heavy, like kind of numb in a way, but not really. I don't know. Maybe I should get it checked out, but I'm not the one to go to the doctor. So I am going to first go in with this. This is new to NYX. It's called the Brow Glue, and it literally looks like glue. So it's kind of like the soap brow in a way, where you're supposed to like just kind of fluff your brows with it, and it's just really supposed to hold those brows like into place, but not obviously get like flaky or, you know, weird. So we're gonna try it out. So I'm just gonna fluff up my brows, and instead of smoothing them, I'm like brushing them up. Now they are trimmed, so they're not gonna look super like long and bushy. They're just gonna look a little bit fuller. So some days I like that very like chic, sharp, you know, brow, but then there's like other days where I do want more of a just natural, fluffier brow moment. So it all depends on like how I'm feeling that day and what type of makeup I'm doing too. If I'm doing more natural makeup, then I usually go for more of like a normal fluffy brow or a little fluffy brow. All right, so now that I brushed them up, as you can see, like they don't look super bushy because they are trimmed. So now that I brushed them up, I'm actually gonna go in. NYX has a similar product to this. They actually just like came out with it, but Hard Candy does too. Milani has one. I think originally Glossier came out with this type of, you know, pen. This one's from Hard Candy. It's the Brows Now Brow Ink Detailer pen. So it basically looks like a eyeliner. Like it has like the brush tip, I guess you could say. They do have ones with felt tip. Like I think the Milani one, I think, is felt tip. This one is brush tip, so this one can be a little bit harder to work with. Everyone loves the Glossier one though. So basically what you do, and this one takes some concentration. But basically what you're doing is you're just drawing on your brow hairs to make them look like actual brow hairs and not like just filling in your brows, you know what I mean? But you just kind of draw them on. And you just go with like your natural hair growth. Like wherever your hairs are laying and that's where you want them, then that's where you would just draw. So here, instead of going straight down, I'm like flicking them out as if I brushed up my hairs, if that makes sense. This one's not my favorite though, I'm not gonna lie. Like it's not. I'm just kind of using it up, but... And then just to kind of blend in that basically marker, I'm gonna use the Wet n Wild Brow Sensitive sculpting gel. Not like I need more gel in my eyebrows, but I'm just gonna kind of just use it to blend. Blend. Alright, so another product that I picked up yesterday is another eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild. So when I originally filmed my last Wet n Wild video, I wasn't a fan of the quad eyeshadow palette that they came out with, because they did like amp up their formula, so it's supposed to be like a better new formula, and I wasn't a fan of the Walking on Eggshells palette. I love the original, but that one just was like a little for me. So I thought I'd give one of these a try. So this one was $5 at Five Below, and I think it's probably the same price, maybe a couple cents cheaper at Walmart. I'll have it listed below for you, but this one is the Lights Off palette. So you can see it's a little bit darker and edgier, but I really don't have a palette that looks like this, so I wanted to get something a little bit different. They did have like all neutrals, like, you know, your nudes and champagne shimmer eyeshadow palette. So this comes with 10 eyeshadows. So this is what it looks like. Oh my god, doesn't this look so freaking beautiful? So I honestly don't know what I want to do. I think first I'm just going to go into this shade right here, and we're going to use that as our transition shade. Let me look for my mirror. Where did my mirror go? Alrighty. Alright, so I'm just going to use this type of brush to dip into that shade right there. And I'm just going to put this in my crease, just to kind of start it off. All right, so that shade went on pretty nicely. I didn't darken it up or anything. I just did a very light dusting. So that went on pretty good though. So I'm just gonna actually take some bronzer. One of my palettes don't have like this type of transition shade. I usually just go in with a bronzer and just kind of, I'm gonna put that like right above the transition shade that I just put down, just to transition that into something a little bit more warmer, if that makes sense. I think I'm gonna go into this green right here. I think it's such a pretty green. So I'm just gonna keep it a little bit lower, still in my crease, but not as high as the first color. And I'm kind of gonna bring that down a little bit into the inner lid area. So this is actually really nice. I'm going to work today, so I'm not going to build that green up, but it's really nice. Like, it's really pigmented. It's not being weird or anything. It's not patchy. It's like a nice forest green with like a blue undertone. It's really, really pretty. I'm just going to take a smaller, precise blending brush and just kind of not putting any product on it. I'm just really just trying to blend it out. When it comes to these types of colors, I really just like to take my time blending, just like that. And then I'm actually going to take a little bit now on this brush and just going to go right into the crease, just to deepen just the crease, like right in the eye socket. And I'm just going back and forth, just like that. You see how it kind of like deepened it more? So next, I'm probably gonna go into, I really am liking this shimmer, and I'm really liking this shimmer. So I don't know. Let's see how they swatch. So that's how this one swatches. And that's this one right here. And then for this one, sorry guys, my voice is just like getting grouncy. Oh goodness. But that's that one. So let me like, I didn't rub it that much in this one, but so obviously this one's a little bit more like neutral and this one's more like cool tone. So let's see. Ooh, that one on beautiful. Okay. All right, so this one's really nice for like a natural look. This one I think is the one I'm going to go for today, just because I do have that green in my eye. Kind of, ooh, that's pretty. That is so pretty, guys. Oh my God, I'm going to go to work and they're going to be like, where are you going? Like, what do you think you're doing today? Well, next, I'm just going to go back into that dark forest green and I'm just going to darken the inner corners. It's kind of like a halo eye in a way. So I'm going to take this pencil brush and I'm not going to go in with the green on my under eyes. I'm actually going to go in with this brown right here. I'm just going to take this type of brush. It's kind of like a eyeliner brush in a way. And I'm going to use that to just kind of brighten up my inner corner and my brow bone. So I'm just going to go in with this shade right here. So let's add some mascara. I'm not going to put too much mascara. I just want enough that they look black and blend. And for mascara, I'm just using the big Poppa mascara from Wet n Wild. Again, it's just my favorite. Everything that they just recently came out with has been like my staples. And usually I'll try new makeup and then just put it to the side, use it here and there, but nope. I've been using this mascara ever since I tried it. So we're gonna leave that dry and I'm gonna open up my lashes. I'm using the Ardell Wispies, so all right, so I put on my lashes, as you can see, and I did record that part, but I forgot to put on my mic. So, but my mic was plugged in, so it was like far away from me. So no voice audio was picked up when I was talking to you guys. Sorry, I have like a fuzzy like on my nose. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Okay, so I will show you guys what I used. So for glue, I just used the Birdie liner from the Birdylashes brand, and it is in the shade black. So that's what I use to put on my lashes. So I just did a very thin lash line, and then I just popped on the lashes. You do not have to wait for it to dry or anything. So next, I'm just going to quickly set my face. This is the SmashBox Photo Finish Setting Spray, and this will literally make your makeup last all day. I decided to use the matte lipstick from Wet n Wild, and this is in the shade Skinny Dipping. So I figured this would be a little bit more cool tone. I don't know, it's a little pinky though, so I'm probably gonna end up putting like a more neutral tone gloss or something over top. This is like Your Lips but better in a way, but I don't know. So I just added like a little bit of that just to kind of, you know, give me some color. It's like I said, it's like Your Lips but better, but it does have like a little bit of a like pinky undertone. I don't know, it might go with this look. When I do a bold eye, most of the time I like to do a very like calmed down neutral nude lip. So yeah, so this is everything. We are now ready to go to work and rock this beautiful bold eye. The Walking on Eggshells quad was just not my favorite, but this one did work out pretty good. As you can see, the green is not blotchy or anything like that. So if you're interested in this palette, I recommend this palette. I don't know how the other 10 pan eyeshadow palettes are, but yeah, I really love how this look turned out. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and getting ready. All right guys, don't forget, if you are new here, please subscribe. I would highly appreciate it. Hit the notification bell right next to that subscribe button as well. That way you will not miss a future upload. I will have everything that I used linked below for you guys, just for your convenience. Leave a comment below, and I want to know, what is your favorite Wet n Wild product? Am I missing out? I don't know, because you didn't tell me. So go ahead and leave that comment down below. Until next time, guys, bye.